Hi, my name is Zach Bush, and if you're new to Photoshop and feel pretty intimidated by this program, that's a completely normal feeling. When I opened up Photoshop for the first time, I clicked one or two things, didn't know what I did, and was like, nope, and didn't open it back up for 2 years. In this short tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up a new project in Photoshop CC. Before I do that, I want to tell you that this little window right here is not Photoshop. This is just a keystroke recorder so you can see what buttons I am pressing on the keyboard or mouse. So if I miss telling you what I pressed, you can still see it here in this box. Okay, this is the interface that will be visible when you first open Photoshop. The images you see here are files that I've opened up in Photoshop before. I can also view them in a list view by clicking this little icon right here, and it gives me more information about them. And I'm just going to go back to thumbnails. To create a new project, I can go to create new button right here, or I can go up here, go to file, and click new. Alright, so I'm going to do that. Then this window pops up and it has a lot of different options, but we're going to just focus on creating a new file over here on the right. So let's first name our project. Alright, and now the width and the height is pretty much how big our canvas size is going to be. So I'm going to just say 1500, and I'm going to change it to 2000. And you can change the units of measure to anything you want, inches, centimeters, all this stuff. I'm just going to keep mine at pixels. You can change that during whatever time you want within your project. Orientation, you can go to landscaped or portrait, back and forth quickly. I'm just going to keep mine a portrait. Now resolution, depending on what you're going to make your project, this can be affected. So if you create something specifically to show online or on a screen, then 72 resolution is perfect. If you're going to be printing your project out, then you would want to have your resolution be 300 or higher. I'm just going to keep it on pixels and inches. And a good thing to remember is that it's always better to have your files be too large than too small. If you shrink your final image or project file, you're compressing all the details together, which will make it look that much better. But if you enlarge your file or project, then you're stretching out all the pixels that it's made out of, which can make it look blurry. Alright, now color mode is just as important as resolution. RGB stands for red, green, and blue, and that's what all screens use to display colors on their screen. If you're looking at printing your work, let's say for a magazine or a book, then CMYK is the way to go. However, it is best to work in RGB mode until you're finally ready to print, and then convert a flattened image of your project to CMYK. And the reason you should do this is because some tools and effects within Photoshop don't work while you're in CMYK mode. But for right now, I'm going to choose 72 dpi, which is the resolution, and RGB color mode, and keep it at 8-bit. Now I can change the background color to whatever I like by clicking this little box right here, and you can move this just by clicking and clicking the slider. It can change the colors, that any color you want, and then you can move around to here just by clicking and dragging, and just say OK. But I'm going to keep it at white. But before clicking create, do you see this little icon right next to the project name? If you click this, it will allow you to save all the presets that you just made. So if all these presets have been changed down here and you wanted to create a document exactly like this again, you can simply let's save this real quick, like that. You can simply click on this, double click on this, and we'll open all these presets within Photoshop, so you don't have to actually go back here and start typing in. See, it switched back to custom, so I'm going to click on this, and there we go. We have all of our settings, and now we can click create, and you have successfully created a new project.